DA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. Certainly happy to have you along. Chase McLaughlin has it on the tee, and off we go here in Tampa. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Jackson looking to throw right away. And incomplete to open things up.
And that certainly could be a sign of things to come because they're blitzing to start this ball game, and it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Jackson to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Hill. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. Now they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Buccaneers are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Following the interception, Mayfield. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Throwing, Mayfield. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Second down and a little more than a yard here. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Oregon. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. We're scoreless after one. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. On 1st and 10, here's Irving. He'll get this down to the 38.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd down and 6. To throw, Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Now Evans in motion left. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Here's a diving catch right side. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Slot man moves right. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Mayfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Buccaneers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. A short throw caught by Andrews. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
A 1st down carry for Henry. shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Here's Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Jackson. It's Hill, complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. To throw is Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation. Give me a...
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now back to throw. Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. This will be from 49 yards out. Tucker's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of the team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. One more drive here for the Buccaneer offense in this first half. And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it 2nd down. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bucs offense set to begin this third quarter. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Mayfield now. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Baker going to give it to Irving. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
He was brought down by Kyle Hamilton. No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game. Yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Jackson now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Flowers. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
First down, Ravens.
Now Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2nd and 6. Inside handoff, Henry. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. We often poke a little fun at running backs past the age of 30. Oh, they're getting old, they can't run anymore. Well, he's showing past the age of 30, you can still have some nice runs like that.
You certainly can, and I think that we're starting to expand our definition of old running back. Because it used to be as soon as they hit 30, we want to get rid of these guys and go to the younger guys. But now that the guys are taking such great care of themselves, as you pointed out, you can still get explosive runs at any age.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A big run there, 29 yards and a 1st. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. but we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. Now it's Jackson. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on third and goal here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter. Now, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Back now in Tampa. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Now a give, Irving running right. He's stopped in his tracks by Ahmad Gardner.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Irving. They find some open field here. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Man, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Across the formation, he finds Godwin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Irving. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Second down, goal to go. Mayfield to throw. This is caught.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Mayfield. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Bucky Irving, a one-yard touchdown reception. And the Bucs answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the fourth quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down 14-10, a little under a minute to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Jackson to throw. Connecting with Andrews. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now it's the Ravens' turn. Trailing by 4. A little over 50 seconds remaining. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
Well, to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Now Jackson connecting with Hill. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. That one into the hands of Flowers. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
One last shot for Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And a great game comes down to this. Time for one play, and they've got to get it in the end zone.
And I want every cover guy I've got in the game on defense, every extra defensive back who can make a play on the football. So whether it's nickel, dime, quarter, whatever you want to call it, I want 5, 6, 7 guys back there.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Touchdown! Zay Flowers finding the end zone on the game's final play. What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere.
Built on the side of a former piano factory, there's been plenty of music made on the field here in the decade since it opened back in 1998. Welcome, everyone, to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Motion man left is Lamb. On 3rd down, here's Burrow. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Man in motion, out of the slot. 1st down, Burrow to throw. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Putting a receiver in motion. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Has him on the quick hitter. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Brandon Stevens in on the tackle. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
He has the 1st over the middle. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And the Falcons will have a 1st.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
On 1st down, here's Burrow. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, 1st sack on the board on the 1st drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Another try following the sack. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
6 DBs out there for the Ravens. 3rd down coming up. Burrow out of the shotgun. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Jesse Bates in to pick it off. Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. We've finished one quarter in what's still a scoreless game. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They've got a first to begin the frame. Finds his man Chase. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Trying to connect with Tyreek Hill there. And now they're going to face third down.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
No connection on the last play. And now it's third down. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Another throw for Mahomes. Into the hands of Likely. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Back to the air, Mahomes. Gets this one to Andrews. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Throwing on first down, Mahomes. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. That's Justin Simmons. And the Falcons will get it back with some time to work with. We've reached the 2-minute warning. First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. He'll get this to Jefferson. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 1. No one open, so he chips this to another county.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him. Altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Motion man left is Lamb. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. To throw again, it's Burrow. Jukes one defender. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Brought down by Fred Warner.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here. From the 47. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And they make the tackle at the 38. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here. Got a man, it's London. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Burrow from the gun. Into traffic, complete. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Second and 3 now. From the 17. Completes. It's Bijan Robinson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. Dealing with some time constraints, it seems. We'll bypass halftime and get right back to the action. We've seen one half of football and no points just yet. Let's see who can finally break that deadlock here in our second half. Return's looking good so far. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. The Ravens offense returning to the field for their second possession. And as they take the field, Brock, they got to be thankful that interception didn't cost them. Still scoreless here.
I like how you say they. I think the quarterback in particular
Yep.
right, loves a chance to have in golf a breakfast ball or a mulligan, another opportunity to flush that first drive away.
First down throw, Mahomes. Andrews with the catch. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And this one won't be caught, but we got a flag here. Looked like there may have been some early contact before that throw arrived. He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They go play action. It's Mahomes. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
This is Henry on second. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
First and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He gets it complete to his man, Tyreek Hill. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
From the 24. Caught by Flowers. And he'll go down here at the 16. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
One of the tight ends motioning left. First and 10, it's Mahomes. Pass him on the quick hitter. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. They give to Henry on the inside handoff. And he drives this forward to the 6. They get 2 on the play, and now they've got first and goal.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got it. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take the lead right away in half number 2. Patrick Mahomes, the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain, he did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down. And when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now here come the Falcons on offense. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. They're out and set, first and 10. Burrow out of the shotgun. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Ravens will be down inside the opposing 35 as they take over after that interception. Mahomes on first and 10. And he's hit and dropped, so that's going to bring an end. All right, here we go, second down. Another try following the sack. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
And the Falcons get a 5th defensive back out there, third down coming. He's back to throw. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
A 54-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And their special teams converts to get them something out of that possession.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The Falcons ready for their next possession. They're coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. They've got first down from the 31. London going in motion left. On first down, here's Burrow. Finds him over the middle. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Offense in the hurry up here. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Throw left side is caught by Pitts. That one goes for 25 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
To throw again, it's Burrow. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Burrow back to throw. Has it in close. And he goes down, so they're set up with a nice first and goal as we've reached our 2-minute warning.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here. Burrow from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Has it down close. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw it. Escapes the pocket. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown. I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
So down inside the final minute, they're ready to try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the Ravens. And they're moments away now from celebrating a win.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Handoff headed right to Henry. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at second. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. The Ravens in victory formation and content to just knee this one out. The Falcons take a timeout to their final one. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. This won't run out the clock just yet, Brock. They're going to have to kneel it again after this one. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
After one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. It goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you...